Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Good evenings and salutations.
Oh, Mr. Tate, how are you, sir?
I am doing well, but I must say that I have a rather unsettling sense of déjà vu, as it were. Listening to the previous call, you know, I am a well-traveled man. I like to live my life to the extreme.
Yes.
Something sounded a bit familiar about the previous caller. The young lady, I feel as though I may have encountered her in the past, in the course of my travels.
Really? She denies it. She said she doesn't want to date you.
Well, that she may be speaking from experience, so to speak. It may be too late for she not wanting to. Maybe she, you know, I need to add the qualifier again or anymore or something like that.
Oh, I see.
But I'm not completely certain. Neeley, without giving away too much of a confidence, would you please tell me, you could just say yes or no, does her first name begin with the letter H?
No.
No, okay. All right, then perhaps I don't know her after all, but, God, wouldn't I like to pop that till it's purple?
So you trying to turn her lady parts black like your man parts? Is that what you're saying?
More or less. You know, I think she might like a taste of the black man. I understand there are not too many black folk down there in Oklahoma. The closest they can get is the red man, the Native American, the first American, the indigenous people, as it were. Yeah. And you know, that is all well and good, but you know, once you go black, you never go back.
God. I hear you, Geoff. What would Susan say about all this?
Well, as I'm sure we've mentioned before, marriage is a fluid thing, and you know, Susan, I believe Neeley is well aware of this. Susan has her own fish to fry, so to speak.
She's got her own oats to sow, Geoff.
Absolutely, and I think they involve you, Mr. Neeley, and I might say, lucky man.
So you're okay with that, Geoff?
You know, Neeley might get a little taste of what I am getting on a regular basis, on a daily basis, as it were. You know, I'm fine with it. You know, I'm going out doing my thing, sampling all the you know, feasting at the groaning boards of luxury and debauchery. And, you know, Susan comes home to me in the end.
Sure. So he rides the pony, but you get the stallion.
Absolutely. And, you know, Susan is not about to, you know, chuck her life with me, Geoff Tate, a premier singer-songwriter, vocalist. You know, she's not to give that up. You know, not going to give that up just for, you know, some disc jockey.
Yeah, some internet DJ guy.
Absolutely. You know, just to put you in your place, Neeley, but I'd put you in your place.
So Geoff, I'm just curious, and if you weren't listening, that's fine, but have you been listening for the last hour or so when we were playing this interview with Randy with, you know, kind of a boorish guy, that Sebastian Bach?
I have been listening, you know, to experience how the other half lives, as it were.
Well, I have to imagine, though, every time you encounter any fan, it's very much similar, right?
It most certainly is. You know, for some reason, you know, people adore Geoff Tate. What can I say? I'm a popular fellow. They want to engage me in conversation, but I must say that it is few and far between are the fans that can really engage Geoff Tate in conversation, in meaningful discourse. Most of them would like to say, you know, things, you know, the same old crap, as it were. Things like, hey, man, why don't you play Queen of the Reich, man? Hey, man, when are you going to do Mindcrime 3, man?
That's horrendous, dude. Why can't they appreciate songs like Off the TV or Get Started or, you know, stuff like that, the good stuff?
My feelings exactly, and that is what I try to impart to them. But they continue on with their boorish babbling. Who killed Mary, man?
That's ridiculous when you've given them such thoughtful material as Hotspot Junkie and songs like that.
I have continued on with social commentary. It is clear to anyone. It should have been obvious to everyone on this, the second day after release that Mary killed herself.
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
I didn't even want to do, Mind Crime 2, but sometimes you have to take the bug out of your ass and give the people what they want, and then they realize they don't want it anymore, and they talk about how, what an asshole you are, and you just can't win with these fucks.
It's a shame, Geoff, and I say this in all sincerity. It is definitely a shame that you've had to. I'm going to say suffer is the proper word here. That you have had to suffer a career where your whole career is playing to a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, you could pick your nose and you can pick your friends, and sometimes you can pick your friend's nose, but you can't always pick your fans.
That's a good point, Geoff. I'm writing that
started
down.
out. I thought we could lift this heavy metal music. I thought we could lift it above the morass of silliness and goofery and buffoonery and all that sort of thing, and boorishness. I thought we could lift it above the mire, the quagmire of mediocrity and lowbrow culture. We started with high ambitions, but you know what? They tried their hardest to pull us down with them. I resisted as long as I possibly could, and then, I'm doing this thing now.
Sure, well, I'm totally with you on the morass part there, Geoff.
I thought you would be, Neeley. In your own way, Neeley. You've got a blue vein throbber just as big as Christopher's. You're just as pussy-starved and titty-mad as he is. By the way, that's going to be the title of the next Queensryche album. Pussy-starved and titty-mad. Geoff Tate's Queensryche on sale now. Pussy-starved and titty-mad.
A cabaret show.
That's almost as good as chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water.
I like to consider myself the Fred Durst of progressive rock.
Wow.
Were it not for the fact that my chrome dome were such a signature part of my ensemble, I would take to wearing a red hat.
Yeah, red fedora for you, though. That's very much more sophisticated.
Absolutely, possibly a trilby hat.
Trilby hat, nice. Well, Geoff, as always, it's great.
I've always admired men who wear hats. Hats on men have sort of gone by the wayside in our modern culture. It takes a sophisticated, cultured man to wear a hat that is not, doesn't have a beer company logo on it, or some boorish football team or something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Doghouse. The last time I saw young Doghouse, he was wearing the Baltimore Blackbirds or the Baltimore Crows or whatever that football team is.
Yeah, the shit stains.
I said, Doghouse, my friend, my confidant, my young, whatever you call whatever he is. I've taken him under my wing, as it were.
Yeah.
And I said, that hat, number one, it's a football team. Number two, it's purple. I mean, what kind of a faggot are you?
That's what I think when I see those hats, too, actually.
Well, at which point, he threatened to throw my saxophone out the second-story window, and, well, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I would think not. That's a terrible thing to try and vandalize such a valuable instrument such as your saxophone.
Absolutely. The saxophone is not just an instrument. It is a talisman. It's like a totem pole. It brings me luck. It's like my lucky charm.
Sure. It's just a shame that it's been tarnished for so many years by, boorish idiots like Clarence Clemens or Eddie Money.
Well, Clarence Clemens is a wonderful sax player. Eddie Money, fuck, what a moron. Singing in that, I don't like to hear the man sing. I hear Eddie Money sing, and you smell the nicotine and you smell the whiskey breath. and you hear him do that asthmatic breathing between phrases. This is something that I, Geoff Tate, have never done.
Never.
You hear me sing, and you smell the sweet aroma of Insanio wine, possibly a bit of well-aged Empire cheese, and the salty, crunchy goodness of Mind Crime crackers. And you never hear me struggling for breath or slurring my words.
Jeff, is this an exclusive that you're sharing, that there's new product?
Well, this has been on the books for a while now. I believe in your... I mentioned them in your holiday greeting that I recorded for your program a few years ago. But yes, Mind Crime crackers, Empire cheese. I'm branching out. You know, wine is all well and good, but you got to have something to complement the flavors, so to speak.
Oh, I'm going to have to go to the store and see if I can find that.
Wine, cheese, crackers. What more do you need? Summer sausage. I got you summer sausage swinging.
Oh, my God.
Well, you're really into the whole marketing thing, aren't you, Jeff?
You know, I'm all about furthering brand Tate.
Well, you're going to have to, because November is closing in on us pretty quickly.
Hey!
I'm not worried about November at all. I feel confident that I will win out. You know, justice will prevail. You know, Lady Liberty will shine her torch upon me, Geoff Tate. And the other boys will be, you know, babes crying in the wilderness.
All right.
But, you know, Neeley, you know, talking about Susan and everything, you know, if I share with you this Twister girl, will you share with me?
Well, I don't know that she's mine to share.
Well, you know, if you just throw around the name Geoff Tate and tell her about your famous friends, I think with something could be, you know, I've just got to get a taste of that nasty hillbilly mouth.
Jeff, you know, I agree with you about wanting to taste that nasty hillbilly mouth, but why would you share? Why would you share Susan with Neeley when he's blatantly to you right now saying that the other guys are going to win the lawsuit?
Well, obviously, you know, Susan wants him, and you know, Susan wants him. It gets her all lathered up, and she comes home and she just wants to fuck my brains out. Even if she calls me Neeley, as she's, you know, giving me the old, you know. The old suicide squeeze.
She does her Kegel exercises too, right, Jeff?
Oh yes, good Lord. It's you know, something she has an educated pussy, I like to say. But you know, it's obviously something that Susan wants very badly. You know, if it's you know, variety is the spice of life, and as I say, she's always coming home to me. So you know, what's the harm in a little bit of, you know, friendly fun?
Fair enough, Jeff.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, Jeff. I've actually, because of Susan's ability to give you the what did you call the squeeze? What was the name you gave that?
The suicide squeeze.
The suicide squeeze. I've made a pet name for that. It's kind of a throwback. You know, back in the day, one of the most popular workout clubs was Vic Tanny. I referred to Susan's pussy as Dick Tanny.
Well, I certainly invite you to share that with her. In fact, here she is now, if you'd like to speak with her. Susan! Susan!
Jesus Christ.
Your good friend Wendell would like to whisper sweet nothings into your ear. She's falling all over herself to get to the phone. Here. Hi, Wendell.
Hi, Susan. It's so good to speak to you since I saw you last.
Oh, it's so good to speak with you too, Wendell. I've been just all out of sorts since we spoke last. I was afraid that I might have embarrassed you in front of your friends, Donald and Robert.
Well, I wasn't embarrassed in front of my friends. I was a little more concerned about, you know, hurting Jeff's feelings that you were sharing such intimate...
Let's not talk about him anymore. Let me ask you something honestly.
Okay.
When you got back to the table, were you pitching a tent?
I was completely aroused. Completely aroused.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I think of you And I know you don't have someone. I know you have some little pen pal or whatever she is. Honestly, she sounds like trash. I don't know why you want to go fooling around with someone like her when you could have, an educated woman like myself, a knowledgeable, experienced woman. I bet, whatever her name is, does it start with an H?
No, it doesn't start with an H.
Okay. But anyway, I doubt she knows what the suicide squeeze is.
Well, there might be some truth to that.
She's from Oklahoma. She probably can't do it. She's probably had 6 kids. A hot dog down a hallway.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, well, you keep messing with that and you're about to experience it. It's what, I don't know for sure, but I've heard other gentlemen refer to it as cruise control.
Right.
But, Neeley, I think about you all alone in that big house of yours, all that money, all by yourself, no one to share your life with. I want to mother you. I want to love you. I want to be where you are.
Wow.
I want to suckle you.
Well, again, Susan, I think there's somewhat of a conflict here because of my friendship and relationship with Geoff, and I know you don't want me to bring him up and all, but that is a fact. I
think Jeffrey has given you ample assurance in that department.
Yeah, but you're talking more of a permanent thing here with me, and he's convinced you're going to come home to him every evening.
Once in a while I can go back to him. We don't have to be together 24/7. Just it can be a sometime thing. Sometimes is enough, as one of your boorish bands often said in one of their boorish songs.
Susan, you could probably convince Neeley a little quicker if you just started, maybe rubbing one out for him so that he could hear what's in store for him.
Oh, you sure about that? Oh, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to embarrass him last time. I thought I might have gotten a little bit...
He loves that.
Oh, he liked it, did he?
In fact, I'll tell you what, Susan. You go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually jump out so that you guys can have a private conversation, and maybe you can share some sounds of what's in store for him if he chooses to have you join him.
Well, you don't have to leave, Christopher.
No. I don't want to interrupt.
I kind of like the idea of being watched.
Oh, okay. Then I'll stay.
Okay, Neeley. What would you do if we were right here together? Do you have a waterbed, Neeley?
I wonder how you knew that, Susan.
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously been a fan of the show if you knew that.
Yes. Okay, well...
Don't let him derail you, Susan. Get him to it.
All right. Let's see, Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, Neeley. Oh, Wendell. I'm sorry. I meant to call you Wendell, not Neeley. Oh, Wendell, you're so big and strong. Your hands all over me. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and your tongue. You're so talented with your tongue. You hold on. I was getting carried away. I wanted to say that you talk in such a dry, business-like tone on the radio, but I just know in my heart and my, elsewhere too, that you can take that tongue and just go. I'm getting turned on just thinking about it. Neeley, tell me, please, how big is it? It's big, isn't it? I knew it was big. You don't have to say. I know. It's big. It's at least 8 inches, isn't it? It's about the size of, the thing I bought. This thing. It's that big, isn't it?
It's a throbbing python, Susan. A throbbing python. A python of love.
Ooh, you have a love knockwurst.
I do.
Ooh. Well, come on. Aren't you playing with me or what?
Come on, Neeley. Give her some back.
It's thrusting you, Susan. It's thrusting you. It's just probing every one of your orifices. Oh, Susan, I don't think I can take it anymore.
Pinch my nipples, Neeley. Spank my ass. Oh, shit, I dropped Wendell. Oh, I hope he's not broken. Oh, Jesus, he cost $69.
69. What an interesting amount.
It's very fortuitous, as Jeffrey would say. And Doghouse is going to be pissed if I broke his electric razor.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Wow. Well, Neeley, you are some kind of lover. And, I hope that Okie trash is listening. I hope she got a taste of what she's missing. If she ever shows up at your door, I'll meet her at the door, wearing nothing but holding a shotgun.
Oh,
I'll send her back to the Panhandle so quick, her head will spin. And I realize that was a lame conclusion, but I'm all worked up.
I got nothing.
You never had nothing, Christopher. You never were nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
You're an empty vessel. The real depth is with my Wendell.
You're right.
He has character.
Susan.
He has character. You just have a bunch of filthy words.
You're right, Susan. I'm sorry.
And if I was Georgetta, I would have divorced your ass too. How do you like me now, fucker?
Oh, shit.
Susan took you to school.
I guess. I'm definitely not you, that's for sure.
You better believe it, buddy boy. All right, well, I'm going to go take a shower now. But trust me, I'll be, manipulating the shower head in a certain way and thinking of you, Wendell.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Susan.
All right. I think I pulled a muscle in my ribs. Like, literally, I cannot sit here. I can't sit still. I'm hurting. Holy smokes.
Twister girl, her pussy will fall off.
All right, I have to stop laughing now, please. Oh, God damn it. Please play a song. I'm with Nathan. Anything. Oh, my God. What the fuck just happened?
I'm sweating over here.
I'm soaking wet with sweat. My ribs feel like I got punched. Oh, my God. That was too much. Even for us, that was too much. Ugh, son of a bitch.
Who would have ever thought?
So, Randy.
Yeah.
Guess we're done with Randy with Sebastian for the night.
Yeah, well, we'll pick that up another time. There's plenty of material for another episode or two of that.
What do we get, about 6 minutes in?
We got literally 12 minutes into it.
Out of the first clip of 30.
Right.
All right, well, yeah, so save the third clip, too, because that plays off of something we didn't play yet.
Sure.
Oh, God damn it, that was something.
All right, well, let's play some Queensryche. Let's play The Killing Words.
Which Queensryche is that?
That's off of Rage for Order.
No, absolutely not. Boorish.
Boorish?
Boorish. Got to play something from Frequency Unknown. I would like to hear if you want to play an old song, play one of the old songs, the reworks from the real Geoff Tate.
Okay.
You know what? Play like Silent Lucidity or whatever song you'd like from Frequency Unknown.
Sure.
Remastered versions.
All right. Well, let's do that then.
I mean, come on, dude. Jeffrey's my friend, and his wife's giving you puss.
Right.
Least you could do is support the guy.
I agree. All right. Well, let me see here. Let me go into the trash bin and pick out Frequency Unknown.
Here it is. In the recycle bin.
Right. All right. Let me see here. You know, to be honest with you, I don't even have it in my thing here. I still have it, but just not.
We have new Spotify accounts. You don't have that on that computer?
Sure.
We could listen there.
Sure.
Oh my God, dude! I don't even know what to say at this point.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
This was some sick shit.
How about since Susan called, let's play "Give It to You."
All right, that sounds good.
All right. Well, here's Queensryche. "Give It to You" exclusively here
on your classic metal show.